101 Garage. We're going to install the carburetors on Casey today. Let's hope it goes well. As you may have saw in another video, we changed this out because it was not working. It's working great now. We put some white lithium grease, just a light coat around all these because you do not want to tear these, and these are hard to get in most of the time. This will need to be routed down, and there's a bracket that it sits in, and this adjusts the idle and the RPMs, of course. This, as you can't see it, is in the wrong location. This needs to be taken off and put down through here. That's what we'll do next. It's not hard. I'm not sure why it's in the wrong location, but you want it to be routed the right way. To move this T for the fuel from here down to there, we had to take these bolts out and loosen this bolt that runs through all the carburetors. Thank goodness it didn't break. It was very difficult to turn. It has to be below this rail. So now this is attached. This, like I said, just the idle, and this needs to be below this rail, so the fuel line is going to come out to the fuel pump. So it's very difficult to install this if you're not just careful where everything runs. But you have to be cognitive, if you will, on how the throttle cables all run before you start bolting things down. I should have marked these before I took them off, but if you don't know, this one goes on the bottom and this one goes on the top. The top one will move this. The bottom one will move this piece. That's the difference. So again, this is the top because it moves this one. I should have marked them, but I just know because I've done so many. When I'm referring to the top and bottom, this is the top, that's the bottom. This is this is the choke cable. It ultimately goes into this little slot right here. You just have to fish it in there and then turn it. You have to put it like this and then turn it in. All right, you have to do this from the top, put it through the slot, and then push it in, and then lay it down in its little channel. Make sure it lays down there. It goes like that, and then it goes in that slot, and you're going to bolt it in here. The reason there's so much slack here is because you need to have it like that because this is disconnected from the throttle. You want that slack. So ultimately what you're going to do is pull the slack back out and bolt this into here. I'm doing my best with the camera I have. I hope this is helping. Okay, watch this really closely. See how you think it goes here, right? But actually it has to go down into that groove. You see the difference? Not here, here. It actually holds the nut in place. Not here, not in front of it, down and inside that little slot. Hope you saw that. And you're going to tighten this nut up to keep it in place. All right, you see how it works? The bottom and top. See how it's below this little bracket? You want it to be in that little recessed little cutout there. That's how it should look. Everything looks good. Everything is tracking where it needs to be. It's all in the little slots. Now we have to hook up the choke. The choke bracket, the choke connects to here, but you need to have this little bracket and it goes here. I should have installed this before I put the carburetors in. Try not to drop the screw down into the engine. That is another bad day. Goes just like that. If you don't understand, when you look at it, just imagine it's the third bolt over, right? And it has this little hook here that goes against this bolt so it doesn't turn. Goes just like that. So the clutch, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. So this is going to go through there like this. And then this goes in that hole. You're going to take this and put it in like this. See the slot? The choke goes right like that. Once it goes through both holes, yes, it looks easier. Then it goes like that. And you're going to pull this back and put it in there like that. That's how the choke should look right there. It just sits in that little bracket and it's all connected. You can always test it. It should have a spring on it to pull it back. I'm going to double check that now. So here's the spring that we're apparently missing from Casey. This is on Catalina. Apparently it's our parts bike. So I'm going to take this off of Catalina and find one later to replace it. So there's a spring. You actually hook it in from the bottom. Do you see that? Then we're going to pull it over to here. That's our choke spring. Would this have been easier with the carburetors off the motorcycle? Yes, it would have been. But I didn't notice it was gone. So anyway, we're going to pull this back here. So the choke will go back. All right, 3 hours later, we have the choke spring on. So there's a little hole in this bracket. You see it? I did that first and then brought it over and going ahead and hooked it in this way. That's the choke spring. All right, we're going to go ahead and hook up our manometer. This is what adjusts the carburetors once it's all on, because you have to hook it to these for four hoses. Hook here, 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 and here. Once the carburetors are on, I'm guessing it's going to be hard to get to them. So let's hook this up. I want to make sure I'm clear. I dislike these little clamps. If you know of a tool that takes those off easily, please leave it in the comments. 1 to here, 2 to here, 3 to here, and here's 4. And they sometimes are hard to get on, so I actually spin on them. Little spit gets it there, I guess. And you just stick them on. I want to be clear, I've never done an H1 or H2. All the carburetors I've ever done, you only use 3 hoses, and this one is actually capped off, which are the 2003 ZX7s. So it's a learning curve for me, so bear with me. All right, we installed our fuel line, the direction it's supposed to go, and our idle adjuster goes in here. That's a great picture. No light, I guess. Okay, so it goes in here. We'll have to deal with that. I think it's missing a little rubber part. I'm not sure why the lighting there is so bad. All right, so see, Catalina has the rubber piece. Again, we may take it off this bike to put it over on Casey, but that's the piece that goes in this bracket. We're missing that rubber piece. So yes, I stole this piece off of Catalina. She's a long ways away. So this goes on here. And then you're going to carefully screw this back into the carburetors, not cross-threading it. Comes out here and it attaches to this bracket. That's why you need that rubber piece, or it's just flopping all over the place. That's a good piece to have. This hose that we installed needs to actually be below this bar. All right, we put white lithium grease on these rubbers and squarely push it down, wiggling it back and forth. And then here's the hose that runs from here. The hose goes to the fuel pump. And of course, the fuel comes in, it pumps it back into the carburetors. And here is for our meter. I'm going to do a different video on that, But we have the carburetors on Casey. This video's gotten ridiculously long. I'll try to edit it the best I can. All right, thanks for watching. At least we got the carburetors installed, and you saw where the cables, so the throttle cable goes and the choke cable goes. All right, take care. Thanks a lot for watching. All right, bye.